Welcome to the I3 Scholar Introduction about evolution today. We will be talking about evolution and Darwin's theory, and all the facts and theories about how it all came to be and why it is so important.
I will be discussing distinguishing characteristics of the domains and kingdoms of living organisms. Domains are the largest groups in classification system. There are 3 domains. Each domain includes one or more kingdoms. Kingdoms are smaller than domains, and there are more kingdoms than domains. I will be describing the conditions required for natural selection, including overproduction of offspring, inherited variation, and the struggle to survive, which result in differential reproductive success. Conditions required for natural selection occur is the existence of variation within the populations. The physical traits of a species will vary somewhat. Organisms must compete for limited natural resources. Amount of space, food, and other resources in nature is finite. Organisms must compete for those resources. Organisms produce more offspring that can survive. Plants and animals have tremendous reproductive potential. Only most offspring are lost to predators, disease, and other factors. Few survive to reproduce. Individuals with variations suitable for their habitat survive and reproduce. This is basically the main idea behind natural selection. The environment is not selecting the organisms that are fit to survive. Instead, organisms boost traits that are best suited for the environment to survive, producing more offspring and pass their traits to future generations.
I will be explaining the reasons for changing and how organisms are classified. Well, each human being has a different genetic code. No two are the same. When the genetic code is exposed to a material caused by radiation or rays, the genetic code is modified into a mutant genetic code. This is like when a person goes blind. Their senses of hearing is enhanced. That's a genetic mutation. I am also going to describe how mutation and genetic recombination increases genetic vibrations. The genetic vibration of a population can increase or decrease in different ways. Some mechanisms for such change include gene flow, gene drift, and non-random variation.
I will be discussing mechanisms of evolutionary change and other natural selection, such as genetic drift and gene flow. In natural populations, the mechanisms of evolution do not act in isolation. This is critically important to conserve genetics, who grapple with implications of these evolutionary processes, and they design reserves and model the population dynamics of threatened species in fragmented habitats.
How the scientific theory of evolution is supported by the fossil record, comparative anatomy, comparative embryology, biography, molecular biology, and observed evolutionary change. More than 150 years after Charles Darwin published his theory, evolution remains controversial. Some politicians and religious leaders denounce it and would invoke higher being as a designer to explain the complex world of living things, especially such species as humans. School boards debate whether the theory of evolution should be taught alongside other ideas such as intelligent design or creatism. Mainstream scientists see no controversy. Evolution is well supported by many examples of changes in various species, leading to the diversity of life seen today. So, just what is evolution and how does it work? How and why organisms are classified and based on evolutionary relationships. The diversity of living organisms on Earth is truly outstanding, almost overwhelming. Humans have come up with ways of organizing or classifying biological diversity throughout human history. Organisms can be classified according to any number of criteria, including overall similarities, colors, ecological functions. However, it is generally agreed that the most useful way for scientists to organize biological diversity is to group organisms according to shared evolutionary history.
I will be identifying basic trends in hominid evolution from early ancestors 6 million years ago to modern humans. The basic trends in early ancestors that have changed over time is the increase in brain size, the ability to walk upright, changes in skull shape, includes decreases in jaw size, a decrease in the size of teeth, development of the ability to make and use tools, and the development of the ability to communicate using language.